A Gen X man may feel calm when he is needed, yet strangely invisible when nobody requires his strength or experience. Give him a broken hinge, a late-night call, or a leaking tap, and he settles. If you recognize that calm, notice what happens when the toolbox closes and nobody has a problem with your name on it. The strange feeling underneath can be harder to name. Where do I fit now? For some Gen X men, childhood rewarded the boy who coped, carried his share, and returned home with the job finished. Usefulness became a language. Do something valuable, and your place in the room felt obvious. Picture a kitchen table where feelings are present, but care arrives as dinner, a repaired bike, or a lift to work. Nobody has to announce the lesson for a child to notice what earns approval. At school, the report card praises reliability. Later, the workshop or office rewards the man who handles trouble without creating more. A role offers clear edges: your task, your standard, your responsibility. Provider, fixer, manager, father, coach, the label changes, but each one gives usefulness somewhere concrete to stand. The phone rings with bad news, and he knows which version of himself to become, repeated often enough that readiness can move beyond behavior and become evidence. People trust me because I can carry things. That identity has real strength. Families remember who showed up when the boiler failed. At work, his value becomes visible in small moments: staying late, finding the spare key, keeping his voice level while others panic. But quiet competence can hide a question that success never asks him to answer. What happens when the children stop calling for rescue? The team stops needing guidance, and Saturday arrives with nothing broken. He may wander toward the garage before realizing there is no job waiting. Retirement can make the silence louder. No inbox, no shift, no meeting, nobody asking, "Can you sort this?" Even a peaceful Sunday can feel oddly empty when usefulness usually provides the shape. A partner sees the same pattern differently, asking for company while he searches the conversation for something he can solve. His partner wants 10 quiet minutes on the sofa. He returns with 3 practical answers. Adult children can create another reversal. The father once measured love through rescue now has to practice being present without rescuing. That can sting, because being wanted feels less measurable than being urgently needed. Of course, generation is only one influence. Temperament, family, class, work, health, and age can rewrite the pattern completely. The point is simpler. A role can carry love, pride, and belonging all at once. When those feelings travel through the same doorway for decades, an empty doorway can feel more unsettling than anyone around him expects. His need for a role makes more sense when usefulness has been a dependable map of belonging. The map is easy to read when a toolbox is open, a phone is ringing, or someone says, "I need your help." Action gives him direction, and direction removes the awkward question of whether his presence alone is enough. Then the children become capable, the office badge is returned, and the house grows quiet. Nothing is necessarily wrong, yet the old map suddenly contains fewer roads. He remains loved, respected, and wanted while feeling strangely unassigned. That is the overlooked cost of a strong role identity. The man may know exactly how to carry responsibility while having far less practice receiving affection with empty hands. The discomfort is real, but it does not make the earlier strength false. Imagine the quiet after the practical work is finished. The tap no longer leaks, the bags are carried inside, the children have gone home, and nobody needs advice. If you recognize yourself there, the temptation may be to find another task before the room becomes too still. A job offers a clean exchange, effort produces a result, and the result proves usefulness. Relationships are messier. A partner may want a handheld, not a plan. An adult son may call simply to talk. A friend may sit beside you without asking anything at all. Those moments offer belonging without a scoreboard, which can feel less secure precisely because nothing confirms you earned it. Learning to stay in that room can feel harder than fixing what is broken. It asks whether being present can count when there is nothing measurable to complete. The toolbox closes again. This time the quiet does not have to mean disappearance. A Gen X man can keep the part of himself that arrives early, lifts the heavy end, remembers the spare key, and stays calm when the phone rings at midnight. Those qualities are real. The deeper task is learning that love can also arrive when his hands are empty. It may look like sitting through a conversation without fixing it, letting an adult child choose badly, accepting a favor without immediately returning one, or spending Sunday afternoon with nowhere useful to be. None of those moments asks him to become weaker. They widen the number of ways he can belong. Being needed can remain satisfying without becoming the only proof that he matters. And when nobody requires his strength or experience, he can be visible because a place in someone's life is more than a job description.